Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. It's Saturday morning here, and I'm playing with O'Reilly. Now, Euro Day is tomorrow. That is sort of like a car show that's on track, all about Euros, local to us. We're really looking forward to going to that. But tonight is roll racing. Now, we've done a fair bit of roll racing attempts this year, and because of the way the weather's happened, they sort of got a little bit bunched up. Long story short, if we don't do this roll racing, it could be 3 to 4 weeks before there's another opportunity. So we really want to try and actually have a decent night in this car and let it properly put its power down. We did, after last night's video went live, we actually fitted the new water pump. I did order 2 of these VDO water pumps last week from 2 different suppliers in an attempt to get them here last week, but because of Easter, it just didn't happen. We actually got them Tuesday this week, which is now 4 days ago. Anyway, it's just been a crazy week. The old water pump that came out of O'Reilly, it did not... Oh, actually, I'm going to put the other VDO water pump on our web store as well. So I've got basically a genuine VDO water pump here in stock if somebody in Australia needs one quickly. I will express post it out. Just shoot me a message if you need anything urgent like that. Anyway, the water pump that come off O'Reilly, it doesn't look that good. It's obviously been on the car for a little while. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little bit of corrosion on, well, it's not a little bit. The impeller shaft is very corroded. There's also scale and crap build up inside. So it's been in the car for a while. Hopefully that was the problem. We actually fitted it up last night, reconnected everything. Before we even bled it, we waited a few minutes to see if it was going to automatically turn on like this one was doing. Because, I don't know if you've been following along, but the BSD fault, I think that was the issue. This water pump is on the BSD circuit, and any of the components on the BSD circuit, so that's the water pump, the alternator, the battery voltage sensor, and the oil level sensor, those 4 items are all on the same bus, and any of those being faulty can cause your water pump to turn on. So we've sort of worked out that we're hoping it's the water pump. It appears to be the water pump. This new one has not automatically turned on last night or this morning for the half an hour I've been in here. Now you may hear the water pump whirring away. I'm just doing a bleed. I'm still bleeding it. We spent about, I'm not kidding, probably 40 minutes last night trying to bleed the system. Because this is obviously a single turbo conversion, it runs the 335D coolant reservoir, which I hadn't really thought about it until I went to bleed the system, but with the standard coolant reservoir on that side, that has a hose that runs straight down to the thermostat, and it'll actually bleed the system very quickly and draw coolant through the tank nice and quickly. So I sort of set it up, let it do its normal bleed thing, talking to David, talking about how fast we're going to go in this car, and then I didn't really realise, but it wasn't drawing the coolant through, and I'm guessing we had an airlock on this hose here. So this hose here goes into the bottom of the diesel, the 335D coolant reservoir, runs down the front, underneath the thermofan, and then over to where the thermostat is. And the only way I could actually get it to bleed was by pushing air in here, blocking the top off here, and actually forcing the coolant down into the system. It took me a little while to realise that, but the joys of bleeding a single turbo setup. Eventually got it to start drawing enough coolant through, and we're getting coolant coming in through the top. Now I did about 10 bleed procedures last night, and this is the first one we've done this morning. And just make sure we're still getting coolant coming out the top. Yes! A nice flow there without air bubbles. So I think we're going to be good on the cooling system. But I might let it do another cycle, and then I'm going to just let it do, basically run it in here, get it up to temperature, make sure everything's fine, make sure everything is doing what it should be doing. We'll take it for a test drive and see if we're going to take it roll racing tonight. Well, by tonight, I mean in about 4 hours. All right, I'll do a heat cycle and I'll give you guys an update shortly. Okay, so we've done another couple of coolant bleeds. We've done 2 heat cycles, like let it get hot, cool it down. Got some coolant in it. We were going to run it with water, but we've decided to run it with coolant. We're going to go and take it for a test drive. Now, the deal is, I want to do 6 pulls, no misfires.
Under heavy load.
We'll go and do rolls.
Alright.
If it misfires once, we're not doing rolls.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. First pull, misfires. Let's see what they were. Worse. Codes. Read DME codes. 3-cylinder. Oh, and now the intelligent battery sensor is missing. I wonder if I didn't plug that back in. I bet I didn't plug that back in. Let's plug that in, just in case that's the problem. Okay, so I've reconnected that BSD wire. Dave thinks it feels a little bit more responsive.
It does. It seems it could be placebo, but it's a bit cleaner.
Okay, okay. All right, let's roll it on. Stop. That's quick. Okay, she went all right that time, gentlemen. Holy crap, that scared me. I didn't throw an arrow. Alright guys, so a quick update. We have done, well basically we've pulled the spark plugs out. This was the second set that we put in the car, and just to sort of inspect them, see if anything weird's going on, and they look fine apart from cylinder 2, which is quite oily. Don't know what to think about it. Just to eliminate the possibility of these plugs being faulty, or one of these plugs being faulty, we've put the original plugs back in the car. We've also done
the old switcheroo.
So we've moved coil number 6 to number 5, coil 1 to number 2, because those cylinder 6 and cylinder 1 were the ones that were misfiring today, and we did a compression test. We've done a compression test on this stock motor that's been ran at 35 psi with 18 degrees of timing, 8,000 RPM rev limits. Like, I feel like we've thrashed it and we've hardly driven the thing.
Yeah, so just quickly, before we share the results, comment below, what do you reckon the average is?
Yeah, the average, and also the lowest cylinder, because, I mean, this motor's put the work in. Anyway, so compression was actually pretty good. The lowest cylinder is 150 psi, which is number 3, and the highest is cylinder 5 at 175. Now that was done sort of semi-warm, warm enough that you could touch the block but not burn your fingers, and we just cranked it until the compression gauge basically stopped moving. So, I mean, all in all, we're talking like a 15% variation. I mean, I know N54s will often roll 200 psi, but I mean, these numbers are enough to make some power.
Absolutely, and it's not. There's not a cylinder that's obviously showing signs of wear or damage. In one in particular, that's not bad of a variation. And to be fair, outside of the world of BMWs, that lowest cylinder 150,
that's like
still
that's
pretty
like
good.
A good J0 and RV number.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it starts, because we've had all the ignition apart. I did have the fuel pump disconnected so that we can do the compression test. Maybe prime it, like turn the ignition on, then turn it off to give it a bit of fuel pressure. I bet you still got a bit of fuel in the cylinders, actually.
Ready?
Yep. Fired straight up. Does it rev any different?
It's really smooth.
Alright, let's take a drive. Wish us luck. So we're going to head out and just let everything get up to temperature. We will bring you along for the first acceleration, but the car does feel nicer. It feels smoother. The engine seems to be a little bit happier than it was.
I'm feeling confident.
I have no, I'm 50-50. I thought you were going to accelerate up a hill then.
No, look, honestly, this morning on that test drive, under that 4,000 RPM, when it's not got really any boost, it was struggling.
Oh yeah.
Whereas just then that was up around the 3,000. It was like, okay, I could have accelerated then if I wanted to, and it would have pulled through okay.
Guys, wish us luck. So we're just cruising through a 60 zone, and the car's in top gear and it's just driving really nicely. Oh man, I hope this is it. Yeah, normally 60 k's in top gear, it would be.
Yeah, it struggles a little bit. It's not very clean. Which you just go, well, it's like a race car, you know.
Yeah. All right. See you in a second.
Ready?
No, just cruise. It sounded like it was knocking. So we didn't accelerate then because I thought I heard a ticking noise like a knock. It could be anything. It could be a bit of dirt, it could be anything. It could be this. Probably that. Just bring it up idle. A bit more, up to about 3 grand. It's making a noise it doesn't normally make. Give us a minute. Okay guys, so neither of us has ever heard that noise before. The only thing I will say, as it rolled out of the shed, when it was cold, I said I think it sounds like it's starting to get an exhaust leak, like a, what do you call it? Turbo manifold leak. Because that will have like a tick sound when it's cold, and it will change as it heats up and everything expands.
And that noise we're hearing now, it doesn't sound like a knock.
Doesn't sound like piston slap or rod knock. It could be valve train, like maybe a cam chain.
Yeah, possibly.
So anyway, we're just gonna go for it anyway. Roll on.
Yep. Oh, I'm on the corner.
It's very evident, but we'll accelerate anyway.
It might go away.
It might fix it. It might need a rev tune. Okay, shit me, it's quick, but it didn't misfire.
And that was strong, wasn't it?
Woo!
That was good.
What was that noise? Okay, as the excitement of that that pull died off, and we were next to a fence, the ticking is horrendous. Whatever that noise is.
It's more evident.
I think we fixed the misfire. The misfire was a spark plug issue.
Something, yeah.
Well,
it's running. It's clean, man. It's strong, but that noise isn't normal.
No. Is it an exhaust? I reckon it's going to be an exhaust leak. This is... Oh, this is when you're on edge. You're trying to smell and listen to everything you can. I think we're going to be next to a fence in a second, and we'll hear it echo off the fence. It seems to do it worse at constant revs.
There it is. I heard a bit then.
Yeah. You want to roll on?
Go a little one.
Jesus fuck. Did it misfire then?
No.
It didn't.
No.
That felt wild.
That was clean, wasn't it?
Woo!
Oh, we'll have roadwork soon. We'll hear it then.
Yeah. Alright. This is really annoying. We fixed. It's running fine. It's making power now. And the engine just is behaving so much better. But there's a new ticking noise.
Like, the minute we fix the frickin' miss, it has a new noise that shouldn't be there. The minute.
I love it. It stopped ticking. So it's probably something oil pressure related. Fucking hell. Maybe you gotta not let it trigger DTC. Okay.
0 missing, no hesitation. That felt perfect, although it was swirly. It was just dancing.
Oh, you could feel the traction control pulling it back. But that was good. That was good. And there's... Never mind. Alright, we're going to head back. We need to work out if this ticking's an issue or if we just send it. That felt good.
I felt really good, hey. And honestly, we got right next to that wall,
and you can't hear the noise.
Ticking stopped.
So it goes when it warms up. So we're just sitting at a set of lights, and the car is quieter than it was. And basically, we'll talk about it when we get back what we've changed. But it's been a chain reaction of problems that led to another problem. But I think we've sorted that out. I really hope the ticking isn't an issue, but it's quiet now.
It's good.
It used to like vibrate when you were sitting at lights. Now it's smooth. It's literally made that much difference. Okay, it's back. I'll just put it on charge. We actually left it not running, but basically let the fan blowing just to try and cool it down a bit.
You got a bit warm when we were trying to listen to the tick in here.
Yeah, I've got a video that I'll cut in here of the ticking sound that we can hear when we're driving. So yeah, it appears to be louder underneath the engine. We went through the whole motor, touching all the metal points that we can with the stethoscope, and the tick, you can't really hear it at the top of the engine. You can hear it a little bit on the manifold, but we think it's an exhaust leak.
It's not even the word tick is sort of generous. It's more of a flutter.
Yeah, so maybe it's exhaust. Either way, I think we should try and go roll racing.
Just send it.
All right, let's go and see if we can book a ticket. Guys, you'll see in one of the future videos if we made it to Rolls or not, because it's Euro Day tomorrow as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, we'll see how we go. In fact, I'll try and get this video edited on the way to Rolls, and follow us on Instagram for some updates. I'll put a link to our Instagram just below. Thank you for following along. Fingers crossed we get to do a roll racing in O'Reilly without misfires, but I think we've sorted it.
It was running strong, man. I reckon this could be the rolls that we've been waiting for the whole time.
And a massive thank you to Dan from Simply for telling us what to do as well.
Yeah.
Without his help, this thing wouldn't run as well as it does. All right, let's go.